She's a fighter.
She is a survivor. She's a fighter.
One thing that we can never forget about this young woman was that she was a fighter. She was a survivor. And that's one thing we have to remember. And that's one thing that her mother told us on the show. And I want to leave you guys with this. Just a quick reminder of who Naomi was.
She was never supposed to survive even birth. And God made a miracle then.
Wow.
And he can make a miracle now.
Can you tell me? How was she a miracle baby? Tell me that story.
My water broke before the 20th week of gestation.
Oh, wow.
So from before the 20th week, not sure exactly when, but from then on, my doorbell's ringing. And there's people here. I don't know why they're not getting it.
They'll get it.
What was I saying?
20th week?
20th week, right. So I had to be on bed rest, and because, it was very dangerous, and infection was a very big risk. And I went to stay in the hospital 3 days out of every week for constant monitoring. And the whole time they were telling me, this baby's not going to survive. You need to prepare yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I refused to give up on her. I refused, because that's my child. They advised me to abort. And I looked the doctor straight in the eye and said, "You never say that to me again, and I won't sue your ass." Sorry.
It's okay. You can say ass. You're allowed to say anything you want right now.
I was angry.
It's okay.
So, and I made a bargain with my doctor. I said, "Okay, you try everything in your power to save my baby, and I will do everything you tell me to do." And that's exactly what we did. So I did everything that she said, and she pulled out all the stops,
Wow.
So at 30 weeks gestation, I had to be hospitalized because it was getting bad.
Yeah.
At 35 weeks, I started to have an infection in my uterine lining.
Oh, wow.
And we had to deliver. And they were sure that she would never breathe at birth. Right. Anyway, so so she was delivered. And the first thing she did was take a huge breath and scream so loud that even the people down the hallway in the waiting room, and there were a bunch of our people from church, they were just praying the whole time that I was delivering.
That's beautiful.
And she screamed, and I could hear the cheering all the way down the hall because I was the only one delivering at the time.
Right.
And they knew it was our baby that was crying, and she was never supposed to. And then they whisked her away to the neonatal intensive care unit, and they intubated her. And as they were tubing her throat, she urinated, which was also never supposed to happen because her digestive system was not supposed to work.
Wow.
But it did.
She's a fighter.
She is a survivor. She's a fighter. That's why we're convinced that she's still alive.
Yeah. So she still is a fighter. I do want to make sure that's abundantly clear. I'm sure she fought to the very end. And I say it again, I'm so sorry to everyone that lost someone special. Now, I need to make this abundantly clear. I mean, every life is precious. Every life is important. It was an honor to be able to cover this story and hear these stories, hear their stories, and fight for this family in hopes that this family would find something good. My thoughts and prayers go out to the family, real talk, and every single last one of us that's been affected, that was touched by this story.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.